Hello students, welcome to ninth class and first lesson is matter around us. What is a matter? Matter around us, what is matter? Matter, to describe the matter and states of matter, types of matters and its properties, how they are used in day-to-day life, everything we are going to discuss in this lesson. Let me read page number 1. You may have heard the phrases like what is the matter? The matter was closed. Have you ever wondered what this matter is? Meaning of this term is very different for scientists that are from a common man. So what is the matter? Someone is fighting, suppose. Then the teacher enters and says, what is the matter? Why you are fighting? Will ask. That matter is different. Yesterday's matter is closed. We'll talk something yesterday, something happened, bad thing. Now they became a good friends. So if we ask, someone asks, hey, yesterday matter it is closed. Don't take that matter. So that matter is different, and according to science, the definition of a matter is different. You have heard about metals, non-metals, synthetic and natural fibers, acids and bases, etc. in previous classes. All the things around us which exist in variety of shapes, sizes and textures are also examples of matter. Already you studied about metals, non-metals, acids, bases. All this you studied in your previous classes, that is a 8th class and 9th, 7th class. Metals. What are metals? The elements are the substance which possess characters like conductivity of heat and electricity, sonorous, lustrous, and ductility, malleability. If this possesses these properties, any substance, that element is said to be a metal. And non-metals does not possess these properties or characters. Acids, the substance which turns blue litmus into red is said to be an acid, and bases which turns red litmus into a blue is said to be a base. All this you studied in your 7th and 8th classes. This all termed as a matter. This is also metals, non-metals, acids, bases, everything it is considered as a matter. So what is the matter now? The water we drink, our food, clothes and various things that we use in our day-to-day life, the air we breathe, even our body, etc. are examples of matter. The water we drink, water, food, clothes, even our air we breathe, all this also termed as a matter. So what is the meaning of matter? What is the definition of matter? Let us see. What do you mean by the term matter? Anything in this world, I am reading the definition, anything in this world that occupies space and has a mass is considered as a matter. What is a matter? Which has mass and occupies space. Occupies space is said to be a matter. Which has a mass and occupies space is said to be a matter. Here metals. Metals occupies a space. It has a mass. So metals also considered as a matter. Water. Water has a mass and occupies space. So water is also said to be a matter. Air we breathe also is said that is example for matter. Definitely it is an example for matter. Why? Because it has a mass and occupies the space. So air is also said to be a matter. Anything in this world which has mass and occupies the space is said to be a matter. States of matter. After getting the definition of a matter and states of a matter. States of matter. Types of a matter. How many types of matters are there? States of a matter. That is of 3 states: solid, liquid and gases. Solids, liquids and gases. So matter is of 3 types, that is solids, liquids and gases. You give an example for solid. Ice is example for solid, and water is example for liquids, and water vapor is example for gaseous state. So only one water it exists in solid state, liquid state as well as a gaseous state also. So matter is broadly again divided into three categories. that is solids, liquids and gases. Ice exists in three states, that is a solid form of water is ice, and liquid form of water is water, and gaseous form of water is water vapor. Can you give one more example of a substance which exists in three states like a water? That is nothing but a wax. Wax can exist in solid state, liquid state as well as in a gaseous state also. Now is asking from, for example, you can say that wood and coal are solids and petrol is a liquid. Milk also liquid like petrol. But the properties of petrol and milk are quite different from each other. What are the properties that lead us to consider petrol or milk as a liquids? Let us do some activity to understand the properties of solids, liquids and gases. So what is asking? Solid example wood, and coal is also example for solid. Liquid example petrol and milk. Is there any similarity between coal and wood? Is there any similarity between petrol and milk? The purpose is different and the properties are different. Wood is a brown in color, coal is a black in color, shape and structure and its uses, properties are different. But on what basis you are saying that solid, wood is a solid and coal is a solid? It should have some common property to mention it is a solid. And petrol and milk, they used for different purpose, but we'll call it as a liquid. What is the common property which may help us to consider that petrol and milk are liquids? Now we are going to discuss the properties of solids, liquids and gases. Properties of solids, liquids and gases. We are going to study the properties of solids, liquids and gases. The solid, first one, what is the common property to decide whether it is a solid or a liquid? For us, he asked us to take a wood and a coal. We discussed the examples, so many examples are there, but we are considering wood and coal are examples for solid. How will decide it is a solid? Take a wooden piece and place on the book. Suppose it is a wooden piece and placing on the book. Does the shape and color changes? No. Now take coal. Suppose it is a coal and placing a coal on the book. Does the color and the shape changes? No. So book is also a solid. Does the shape and color changes when you give your book to your teacher or in your bag, when you put in your bag? No. So it has a definite shape. Wherever may be the place it occupies, but it has a definite shape and it has a definite shape and size. So what is the first property? It has definite shape. It has definite shape. Coal also. You throw the coal on the ground, if you place in your hand and on the table, whatever may be the place, it has a definite shape, and that is the first property of a solid. Second property of a solid is nothing but a fixed volume. When I am taking this, suppose it is a wooden piece. When I am holding a wooden piece in my hand, it occupies this much space. When you kept in your bag also, it occupies that much space. When you are throwing on the table also, it occupies the same space. In the case of coal also, wherever may be the place, it occupies that much space only. So it has a definite volume also. All the solid duster, always will use the duster in a classroom. If you place on your table, on the teacher's table or in the window or in a cupboard, it occupies the same space. So it has a fixed volume also. It has fixed definite volume. Sorry, it has a fixed same meaning. Definite means also same meaning. It has a definite volume. What is meant by volume? A space. So what are the two properties of a solid? It has a definite shape and it has fixed volume or a definite volume. It has a fixed volume or a definite volume. Volume is space. Space occupied by any object is said to be a volume. So what is a matter? Matter is nothing but anything in this world which has a mass and occupies space is said to be a matter. And broadly matter is divided into how many categories? It is divided into 3. They are solids, liquids and gases. So what are the main properties of a solid to decide whether it is a solid object or a liquid? So what is the first property to decide it is a solid? It has a definite shape. And what is the second property? It has a fixed volume. Volume means space. Space occupied by any object is said to be a volume. Now comes to the another topic, that is how we will decide whether it is a petrol. We took the example for a liquids is a petrol. Petrol, milk. We took the example of petrol and milk. Petrol color is different and milk color is different. But on what basis you are deciding it is a liquid? So to measure that liquids, we are using a measuring jars like a round bottom flask or a container, any beaker we are using. When we are taking a 1 liter of petrol and 1 liter of a milk in this, it is a petrol and it is a milk. When we are taking 1 liter of milk and 1 liter of petrol in the same containers, if anybody asks what is the shape of that petrol and milk, you will say that it is a round, takes the shape of the container, it is a round bottom flask shape. Suppose if a same 1 liter of milk is transferred to the test tube. Now if anybody asks what is the shape, definitely we will say that it take the shape of the container. So what is the first property? Liquids do not have fixed shape, definite shape, but it takes the shape of the container. What is the first property of liquids? Liquids do not have definite shape, but it takes the shape of the container. Shape of the container. Now volume. 1 liter of milk and 1 liter of a oil or 1 liter of petrol. Whatever may be the liquid, if you pour in a different containers, it occupies the same space. So it has a fixed volume. What is the first property of a liquids? It do not have a definite shape, but it takes the shape of the container. It takes the shape of the container. And what is the second property? It has a fixed volume. It has a fixed volume. Now comes to the third property, that is third state of matter, that is a gaseous state. In gaseous state is giving good example in the page number 3, activity 2, in the form of activity 2. I am reading. Listen children. Do the gases have a definite shape and fixed volume? You might have heard about CNG. What is a CNG? CNG is nothing but a compressed natural gas. CNG is nothing but compressed natural gas. Go to CNG pump and ask them where they store CNG. Also see where CNG is stored in a CNG run vehicle. Lastly, see how CNG from the pump is transferred to vehicles. The CNG has a fixed volume. The CNG has a definite shape. From the observations in the above activity with our daily life experiences, we can find that CNG and all other gases either have a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. To explain the properties of a gases is asking us to visit CNG pump. What is a CNG? Compressed natural gas. What is CNG? Compressed natural gas. I am writing here. Compressed natural gas. Natural gas. Compressed natural gas. Go to CNG pump and ask that where they will store the CNG. And also inquire in vehicles where they will store the CNG. CNG run vehicles will have the sticker there. By seeing that sticker, you can identify that CNG is used as a fuel in that. So where they will store, and see that how CNG is transferred from pipe to the vehicles. By observing all this, you will come to the conclusion that it does not have a fixed shape and it does not have a fixed volume. So what conclusion you got from observing CNG petrol pumps? We came to conclusion that gases do not have fixed shape and it do not have a fixed volume. Now it is very clear that solids, liquids and gaseous are the 3 states of a matter. Solids have a definite shape and definite volume, fixed volume. Liquids does not have definite shape. It takes the shape of the container, but it has a fixed volume. And gaseous, neither it has a fixed shape nor fixed volume. So these are the some properties of solids and liquids and gases. By seeing that properties, you can consider our substance, anything in the world, into three categories, that is solid form, liquid form and a gaseous form. Now we are going to see what is the next topic is compressibility. What is the meaning of compressibility? Compressibility. Activity, page number 3, activity 3, and next new topic is a compressibility. Up to now we studied about matter. Matter is nothing but so many times I am repeating the definition of matter, which has a mass and occupies space, is said to be a matter. And matter broadly divided into three categories: solids, liquids and gases. Based on their properties, you are going to define all the objects in the world is set into three categories, that is solids, liquids and gases. Next topic is a compressibility. What is meant by compressibility? With a simple activity is going to explain. Observing the compressibility of a different materials. Take 50 ml syringe. Draw the piston to suck in air. Place your finger on the nozzle and press. Observe the depth of the piston moved into syringe. Is it easy or hard to press? Do you find any change in the volume of air in the syringe? Now fill water in the syringe and press the piston. When it is easy to press the syringe with air or water. Now take a piece of wood and press it with your thumb. What do you observe when you press the wood? Is there any change in its volume? From the above observation, you find that gases are highly compressible as compared to solids, liquids and gaseous. In our houses, liquefied petroleum gas LPG is used for cooking. Nowadays, CNG is used in many automobiles for all the purpose. Large volume of gas is compressed into cylinders of a small volume to make it portable. So what is asking? Compressibility. To understand, to explain a compressibility is asking us to take a syringe with a piston. Syringe with a piston. Inside you will have the piston to press that. And now just pull the piston. When you pull the piston, what happens? Air enters in that. Now you press. Now you press. Observe whether it is easy to press or hard. That is the one activity. Second activity. Now take the same syringe, but it is filled with the water. It is filled with the water. Now you press. When you press, it is easy to press compared to air or very hard. Now third situation, instead of water, now take out the water and the syringe, you take one wooden piece in that syringe and now you press it. When you press, it is very to compress, easy to compress or hard. From this simple activity, you can say that when it is filled with air, it is very easy to press. Very easy to press is nothing but compressibility of gases is more compared to solids, liquids and liquids. What is the compressibility? When a pressure is applied, if its volume is decreased, and that property is known as compressibility. For example, see here, I am pressing the duster, applying the pressure on the duster. Its volume, space is decreased or not? Then that property is known as compressibility. So compressibility of gases is more compared to solids and liquids. Where here in second activity we discussed that liquid, instead of air, it is filled with water. Water is nothing but a liquid. So little bit it makes it difficult to press the piston when it is filled with the water syringe. When it is in a wooden piece, it is one piece of wood, it is filled in a syringe, it is very tough to press. So from this you can confirm that compressibility of gases is high compared to solids and liquids. And one more topic, that is LPG. What is the meaning of LPG? Liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas, very well used. CNG is used to run the vehicles, that is compressed natural gas. Liquefied petroleum gas is nothing but it is used in our household appliances, that is in the, for cooking. It is used for cooking. LPG is used for cooking. Liquefied petroleum gas is used for cooking. How they will store in our cylinders? Highly compressed. It is very, as it is filled with a gas, it is highly compressed and is very easy to easy to carry. So compared to solids and liquids, gases are highly compressed. What is the meaning of compressibility? Compressible pressure is applied. If its volume is decreased, such property is known as compressibility. Now you see the example here. Marker. I am just applying the pressure. Does its volume changes? No. But in the case of duster, it is compressed. Its volume is changing. So this property is known as compressibility. Compressibility of duster is more compared to the marker. Now comes to the next topic. Now up to now we discussed about compressibility and states of matter and what the definition of a matter. Based on this topic or based on this concept, he is asking think and discuss questions. Most important, I am reading. First question, page number 4. Let us stretch a rubber band. Is there any change in the shape? Is rubber band a solid or a liquid? Why? So what is asking? Take a rubber band and stretch it. Take a rubber band and stretch. When we stretch a rubber band, what happens? Its shape changes. If it is shape changes, then it is called as a solid. No, solids will have a definite shape. Then why we are calling it as a solid? Rubber band is a solid because after removing our force, after taking our force, the rubber band gets its original shape. That's why it is said to be a solid, even though its shape changes when a force or pressure is applied. Second, take some finely powdered salt, not crystals, and keep it into different jars. Which shape does the powdered salt take? Can you say that salt is a liquid on that basis of the shape in its shape, on that basis of change in its shape? Justify your answer. Not a crystal salt. Powdered salt is asking us to take, and take powdered salt in a spoon and powdered salt in a glass jar or a bowl. Does the shape changes of the crystals powdered salt? Yes, definitely. In a spoon, you take the shape of the spoon, and in a bowl, you take the shape of the bowl. Based on this property, you can say that our salt is a liquid. Is it possible to say that salt is a liquid? No, salt is a solid. If we observe why it is said to be a solid, listen, salt crystals. If we take one piece, a single piece of that from that powder, whatever may be the position, whether it is a spoon or a bowl, it remains its shape fixed only. That's why based on this property we can say that salt is not a liquid, it is a solid. Powdered salt is a solid, not a liquid. Why? If we observe one crystals, one piece from that, the one single piece, it remains its shape wherever may be the place, whether it is in a spoon or a bowl. So based on this property we can say that powdered salt is a solid, not a liquid. Third question. Take a sponge, observe its shape. Can you compress it? Is it a solid? Why? Think. Is anything coming out from the sponge when it is compressed? Why can't you are able to compress a wooden block? A nice example is given here. Is asking us to take a sponge. It is a sponge. Now you compress. When you compress, its shape is changing. So based on this property, you can say it is not a solid, but it is a solid. When it is compressed, something comes out. What is the something? It has a air gaps. The air will come out. Due to that, its shape changes. When we leave our pressure, again it gets its original shape. As it is regaining its original shape after leaving our pressure, that's why it is said to be a solid, not a liquid. Sponge is said to be a solid. So in think and discuss questions, and nice questions he asked the three. First one he asked about a rubber band. If we stretch the rubber band, does the shape of that rubber band remain same or changes? Definitely it changes. Depending upon force, it changes. When use the pressure, automatically regain its original shape. So as it is getting our original shape back, it is said to be a solid. So powdered salt is a solid or a liquid? It is a solid. Why? If you observe a single piece, the shape of the single piece remains the same. So based on this, we can say that powdered salt is also a solid. And rubber band, compress the sponge. When we compress the sponge, its shape changes, but we can't say it is a liquid. Why? Because it consisting of air gaps. When you compress, air will come out. Due to that, shape changes. When we leave our pressure, automatically a sponge regain its original shape. So based on this, we can say that sponge, salt powder as well as a rubber band is in a solid state, not in a liquid. So student, what we discussed today? Matter around us. In this we discussed about a matter which has a mass and occupies space is said to be a matter. Space and mass. What is a mass? Matter contained in our body is said to be a mass. And matter is broadly divided into three categories. That is solid state, liquid state and a gaseous state. Solid state example is ice. Liquid state example is water. And gaseous state is water vapor. So wood is also a solid. Coal is also solid. How we will decide it is a solid? Based on some properties. What are the properties of a solids? Solids always have a definite shape and fixed volume. Whatever may be the position, place, it has a definite shape and fixed volume. And liquids, it does not have a definite shape. It takes the shape of the container but has a fixed volume. And gaseous does not have a fixed shape and it does not contain any fixed volume. It does not have a definite shape and a fixed volume. So based on these properties, you are going to divide whole matter into a solids, liquids and gases. Afterwards, we are going to discuss about a compressibility. What is meant by compressibility? When a pressure is applied, if its volume is decreased, and such property is known as a compressibility. To explain the compressibility, is asking us to take a syringe and it is filled with air and press the piston. When you press the piston, observe whether it is easy to press the piston and or difficult. Now same syringe, it is filled with water. Now you press the piston. A little bit you will feel hard to press when it is filled with water. Now same syringe, take one wooden piece in that. Now you press the piston. It is so difficult to compress the wooden piece. So from this activity we can say that gases are highly compressible compared to solids and liquids. Afterwards we will discuss think and discuss questions. So students, that's all for today. When we meet in next session, we'll discuss remaining properties like diffusion and two more activities are there. Once the school reopen, I will show the activity how the diffusion takes place between the chemicals, and go through this topic. Better you carry one running notes when you see this video. Whatever the important points you will feel, note it and understand it. Thank you children.